When it all feels like everything's impossible and you don't fit right in a crowd, go out and break the mold. If you don't try, you'll never fly. But you gotta be brave, yeah. Say you're out of luck, knocked down in the dumps. You've got a fragile heart, I know, cause so do I. Yeah, stuck here struggling, harder to believe that things may fall apart. You can't give up the fight. Yeah, sometimes running out low takes you all the way home. Prove how far you can go. You gotta show the world. When it all feels like everything's impossible and you don't think right in a crowd, go out and break the mold. Maybe you don't try, you'll never fly. But you gotta be brave, yeah. Gotta be brave, yeah. There is a remedy, patched up easily. Learn to love yourself and
my first impression when I came to MARJON would be I was quite shocked when we first came down from the bus, yeah, because the scenery here was quite peaceful and calm.
Yeah, too calm, yeah, because it was kind of different from what we expected to be living overseas, where most universities would be like hectic, lots of students. But when we reached, it was cool. Yeah.
It was so green with lots of trees and with the sky, the grey skies. Yeah, I was so excited, and with the seniors welcoming us, and we were quite excited because we'll be starting our new journey here. Yeah.
I saw MARJON as a very small college, that like it is not like other big universities in UK. But then after 3 years, I realized that less is actually more. So I really love MARJON. I really going to miss MARJON, especially the lecturers, the staff here. They're so lovely. They're so supportive.
When it all feels like everything's impossible and you don't think right in a crowd, go out and break the mold.
Hello, BC. Can I just say that I started this course with a bunch of strangers and I finished this course hopefully with a bunch of friends, and some of them has become so close that I don't know what I would do without them. So
never fly, but you gotta be brave, yeah. Gotta be brave, yeah.
Leslie, awesome. Leslie, awesome. We are Leslie.
Tracy,
she's a mother to us.
Róisín is mother like, gentle and full with advice.
Róisín is the one whose words will be missed.
Yay!
Katy is the best and awesome.
Nick is the most inspiring lecturer I've ever met, and I'm so glad that he's my supervisor.
And I'm so glad he's my tutor.
Michael is a lecturer and he's a father.
Right, about Duncan. He is a very cool lecturer and he helped us a lot in our writing process, especially our dissertation. Lots of tips, and then we all like him.
Lots of things, but I'll keep it brief. I suppose personally, the first thing I'd like to say is that I've really enjoyed teaching you all. You were the first group that I had from start to finish, whereas all the other groups I was involved with, they were already here for a little while, so I feel that you're mine completely. But it also meant that I had the best opportunity to actually get to know you, and I did get to know you all. Okay, if you tested me on your names, I know I'd still get some of them wrong, but I do know you all, and I just want to thank you for being a fabulous group to teach. You were always pleasant, always optimistic, you know, very, very rarely in bad form. Occasionally sleepy, but that's okay, because our classes are usually 9 o'clock in the morning, so, you know, sleepy's alright. I don't really have any words of wisdom, I suppose, that I haven't already bored you to tears with in class, but the main thing that I just want to say is enjoy what you do. Go into class every day and love it. Because if you don't, you know, what's the point? I do think you have to find some part of that you love, and it might take a while because you'll be nervous in the beginning and maybe anxious and possibly a bit excited as well, but you know, you will gain in confidence, and I think with that confidence you will start to kind of fit nicely into your role as teachers, and I do think you will all make really good teachers. Each of you has something very special to offer your students, and remember that, because at some point you were that student. You were sitting in a classroom with a teacher who was trying to inspire you, and I think that it's your turn. Give back now and inspire your students.
I think his expectations, people in Malaysia are going to have expectations of you. You are the England educated, you are the ones coming back from MARJON, the ones on which the government has spent a lot of money, so many great things may be expected of you from the people around you, and they may be very disappointed when they find out that you don't necessarily have answers to all their problems. So you're going to have to manage that. I think as well, when you go back into Malaysian schools, when you go back into Malaysian environments, you want to try and blend in as painlessly as possible. So don't stand out too much. Don't insist on being too different from everybody else. And I would never have noticed it, but somebody said to me, don't go to school with those expensive bags. Something for you to think about there. My experience of watching teachers in classroom for the first time, very, very interesting, because when I knew the students here in Plymouth, I knew them as students, not as teachers, and being a good participant in a module doesn't mean that you're going to make a great teacher. But the things that I saw lots of good teaching, and I saw some areas for people to think about. And one of those is classroom management, so you're going to have to make sure that everybody's listening to you every time you speak, make sure everybody's with you and following you, and not paying attention to something else. Time management, when you're teaching a lesson that runs over 2 periods, you've got to make sure that you reach the end, you've got to reach some kind of outcome, some results before the end of the period, and not just let things drift and then run out of time. And the last one is economy of effort. Don't spend hours and hours preparing beautiful hand cut out decorated drawings and posters and objects to stick on the board at the front of the class, unless you're going to make lots of use of them in the classroom. Okay, you're not a conjurer, you're not on television. Every time you take something into the class, get the maximum benefit from using it, or as I like to say, less is more. Anyway, it's an exciting moment for you. You're going to be starting a new career, going back to the life you once knew. It's going to be very interesting, very exciting for you, and I look forward maybe to seeing you next year when you're out in the schools. So all the very best from me. Good luck.
Thanks to everybody. It's been a great opportunity to work with you all, and it's really been an enjoyable year. I think this last year, when I've had more chance to teach with you and to spend time with you, I've really enjoyed it, and thanks a lot for that. It's been really fantastic. I just wanted to say particularly something about the dissertations, because I thought people worked really hard this year on the dissertations, and I was really impressed at how everybody managed to sort of find a way to express themselves through the dissertation, so that every single dissertation was very personal and said something about you and who you are and what you're interested in. So well done. We're marking them, looking at them now, and each of them really demonstrates something about your hard work and your character and the differences between you. It's a real pleasure to look through those. I'd like to give a little piece of advice actually about teaching. You know, you get lots of little bits of advice, I guess, as you go along the path. But what I would say to you, maybe this is about me, but maybe it will apply to you as well, I don't know, is that it's about, teaching for me is about developing a relationship with a group of people. And sometimes it takes time. So you don't have to necessarily hit it off with a group of students straight away. It's how you develop and how the class merges and bonds and comes together over a period of time. And it's the greatest pleasure of a teacher, I think, to generate that connection between yourself and the students and to see them developing connections with each other too. It's one of the real sort of joys of being a teacher. So I think it's something to bear in mind.
I would like to wish everybody who I've worked with and from both of the Malaysian groups all the best for their future teaching careers. For me it's been a real learning experience working with you guys. You know, I can remember feeling really nervous the first time I went in to work with one of the groups, and you've always been just so welcoming and enthusiastic, and really, you know, we've had some really interesting discussions about learning and teaching and about other things as well. So I'm really grateful to you for making my time at MARJON a very positive and interesting and exciting experience. I'm sure that all of you are going to be great when you get a real class of students in front of you, and you know, are able to put into practice all the stuff that we've been exploring in these sessions. So all the very best to you. I wish you everything positive for the future, and I hope I'll see you again either in Malaysia or somewhere in Plymouth possibly. All the very best.
Yeah, come down Plymouth for maybe a work placement or a sporting event. Me and Scotty challenge you to badminton, football, netball, anything.
Whatever you got, bring it on. We'll be there. It's been a pleasure working with you lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss you, but I'll be over to Malaysia to see you. So get your badminton kits ready and get your football boots on. On there.
Sweet chapter.
MARJON is fun and you can always joke around and still learn something from it. MARJON is impossible to forget.
MARJON is where I belong.
MARJON is the apple of my eyes.
MARJON is where good memories lie.
MARJON is super.
MARJON is home.
MARJON is our first love.
Best place to study. MARJON is the best teaching college ever exists in the world.
MARJON is colorful. MARJON is simple but complete.
MARJON is where I learn about friendship.
MARJON is primal.
MARJON is neighbor.
MARJON is home
and family.
MARJON is excitement.
And they get better. Take a breath, take it off and say top of the world, but hey, here's what you say. You might work, but I work harder. You might fight, but I fight smarter. Might not be on top of the world, but hey, I'm on my way. You might fly, but I fly higher. You're so hot, but I'm on fire. Might not be on top of the world, but hey, I'm on my way.
Much love to you, Malaysians.
Much love. Hopefully see you soon.
You're part of the Mhocháin family now. You're all my brothers and my sisters. Take it easy.
Are we recording now?
Saya ingin mengucap.
Okay.
Marjon is...
Nak cakap je lah.
Ni tak boleh.
Dissertation.
Stressful.
Marjon is simple. Not it ah.
Say again. First verse?
Always late.
Wait, I don't have the right song yet.
Wait, off lah dulu. Cakap ni.